In the television industry, there's an open secret. Many TV stations are struggling to pay salaries. As a result, they've allowed their hosts, including those from comedy programs, yue operas, and Peking opera programs, to become live streamers and sell products. Essentially, they are told to find ways to make money on their own, which is now permitted. Some hosts from Shanghai TV stations have been broken down in tears during live broadcast, saying that the stations can no longer pay their salaries, which is why they've turned to live streaming sales. I believe their tears are genuine. After all, they've been in the industry for so many years and I'm not young anymore. Many of those Shanghai TV stations are older than me. I was born in 1981 and most of them are from the 70s. Younger hosts in the 90s are quite rare. Don't be fooled by how young some female hosts appear on TV. Many are already in their 50s. However, they're not as pitiful as they seem. Those who get into Shanghai TV have connections and backing. Having worked there for so many years, they probably managed to secure properties worth tens of millions. Even a skinny camel is bigger than a horse. Sometimes I think when they cry, they just want you to buy their products. What's your monthly pension? Back when things were good for them, a single gift packet was worth more than 5 or 6,000 yuan. Do you really need to feel sorry for them? China's economic environment is struggling, with industries facing a downturn. The rise of the internet and social media have further impacted TV stations, leading to poor advertising revenues. Salary cuts and delayed payments for hosts have become the norm. A woman in a video stated that Shanghai TV couldn't pay salaries, forcing hosts to return to live streaming selling, which sparked criticism online such as, Chinese TV stations are used to lying and now they're facing the consequences. Shanghai TV hosts are now selling ducks, sea cucumbers, and wine. They've earned enough before, stop playing the sympathy card. Shanghai Media Group, formed a decade ago, is also reportedly unable to pay salaries and is on the brink of bankruptcy. The group has around 18,000 employees, but only 1,000 have official positions. The remaining 17,000 now need to find new jobs, indicating the lack of job security in today's market. During the pandemic, Shanghai, China's economic center, went into complete lockdown from April to June 2022. The strict quarantine measures led to chaos. After the zero-COVID policy failed, Shanghai's economy continued to decline. Once prosperous, the city is now desolate, with many shops closing down and numerous businesses shutting their doors, a reflection of urban decline. What happened to Shanghai this year? Reports suggest that 5 million people have fled the city. Many friends around me have left or their hometowns to seek opportunities. The focus of conversation has shifted from starting businesses and making money in Shanghai to leaving the city. Shanghai is China's economic hub and representative of the country's economy. It has seen many people leaving in the past 2 years. Nowadays, finding a seat on the subway is easy. Government data shows that Shanghai's population has dropped from 30 million to just over 24 million, a decrease of more than 5 million people. Most of those leaving are workers and recent graduates. The pandemic revealed many problems. Many foreign companies have left and small and medium-sized businesses have gone bankrupt. The companies that remain are struggling, resorting to pay cuts and layoffs to save cost. As workers lose their jobs and return to their hometowns, fewer people are out shopping. So many stores close and reduce job opportunities even further. Shanghai has now become a city with a shrinking population.
Qibao Old Street was once bustling and thriving. Finding a spot on Qixing Road was nearly impossible. The area was incredibly popular, and leasing out a shop could easily fetch hundreds of thousands. Fast forward 10 years, and now we see that many stores and brands have gradually shut down and moved out. Some discount brands even use this space for temporary sales. The once common saying, "One step can support 3 generations," has been shattered in the current economic climate. The area is now desolate, with only the gold store Lao Fengxiang still standing due to its profits. All other shops have failed, leaving the street empty.
At the end of August, people filmed more than 50% of the stores closed in the Super Brand Mall, one of Shanghai's prime shopping malls. Located in the heart of Lujiazui, next to the Oriental Pearl Tower and Shanghai's 3 tallest building, is mall was once the king of shopping destinations. Now it is bleak, with more staff than customers. Superbrand Mall is representative of Lujiazui, and Lujiazui is a microcosm of Shanghai. Baoleihui Shopping Mall is another mall that has a prime location. With the holidays approaching, one would expect it to be bustling. However, the reality is that there are hardly any customers. Post-pandemic, Shanghai has experienced a wave of store closures. Even on traditional commercial streets, many international brands have shuttered their stores. The once crowded Chipu Road clothing wholesale market, which set a Guinness World Record with over 1 million customers on its opening day, has also lost its former glory. The wave of store closures is a direct sign of economic decline.
Come and take a look at the empty Shanghai railway station. It's completely deserted. Not a single person around. Well, maybe one. This place used to be packed. Such a prime location. Actually, the occupancy rate of this high-speed rail is like an economic barometer. In the past, it used to be fully booked during the Mid-Autumn Festival, but now every carriage is empty.
Shanghai's overall atmosphere reflects a significant downgrade in consumption, with people seemingly losing their desire to spend. Shanghai is known for its concentration of high-end dining in mainland China, has seen many restaurant closures. For example, the Michelin-starred Xi Yue Ba Hao closed in February this year amid report of the owner fleeing and owing wages. Shanghai Yu Zhilan, which received a Michelin star in 2019, also ceased operations at the end of May this year. Previously popular tea and barbecue businesses now face the dilemma of no customers. Many businesses across Shanghai are struggling, waiting for customers who never come. According to Shanghai's Bureau of Statistics, in the first half of 2024, large-scale accommodation and catering companies with an annual business revenue of 2 million yuan or more reported a total revenue of 75.3 billion yuan, marking a 2.6% decrease compared to the same period last year. The operating profit was a negative 770 million yuan. What led to this situation? As economic pressure increases, ordinary people's purchasing power has significantly shrunk. People are increasingly inclined to reduce unnecessary expenses, with some entertainment spending becoming a luxury. This impacts not only the restaurant business, but also casts a shadow over the entire consumer market. Data shows that in June 2024, Shanghai's total retail sales of consumer goods fell by 9.4% year-on-year. In July, it fell by 6.1% year-on-year. Although there was a slight improvement in July compared to June, it remains weak. The summer tourism season did not bring a significant boost to Shanghai, a core tourism destination in China. This data is alarming. Some economists believe that Shanghai is a leading indicator of China's economy, and the collapse of consumption suggests a more severe economic downturn in the second half of the year. In recent years, Shanghai's manufacturing decline is also an indisputable fact. Numerous factories have closed, manufacturing companies have withdrawn, and once busy production lines have become deserted. This signals the end of a once glorious industrial era. How serious is this loss of enterprises in Shanghai? In the first half of the year, 12,000 companies moved out of Shanghai, a significant number for any city. According to data from Shanghai Industrial Data from January to June 2024, 12,436 enterprises left Shanghai for other cities. In terms of industry distribution, companies in trade services, software information services, and digital creativity were the most likely to move out of the city from January to June 2024. One view is that cost pressure is the most critical factor driving companies out of Shanghai. As a top-tier metropolis, Shanghai's cost for land, labor, transportation, and time are significantly higher compared to surrounding cities. Under this pressure, some small businesses with low profits and those struggling for survival often cannot bear the burden in the face of industry downturns. Many have noticed the severe loss of companies in Shanghai. Recently, a person commented that in the Jingqiao area of Shanghai, there used to be 10 companies in their building. Now, only 3 are left. The entire park is quiet, and there's no need to worry about parking spaces because there are so few people that even the canteen has closed. Shanghai's decline is directly linked to the departure or downsizing of foreign trade companies such as Micron Technology, HP, Qualcomm, Microsoft, IBM, and Citibank. As a major hub for foreign capital, Shanghai's economy will be deeply impacted by the withdrawal of foreign investment. These multinational giants have been major contributors to Shanghai's tax revenue, serving as the city's financial backbone. However, due to China's economic slowdown and declining profits, many multinational companies have downgraded China's rank on their investment list and started consolidating their operations in China. The risk of the US-China geopolitical struggle and uncertainty over China's economic prospects have also led many analysts to observe a trend of foreign companies withdrawing funds from China. According to Chinese official data released earlier this year, foreign direct investment (FDI) in China in 2023 dropped to its lowest point in 30 years. Many foreign investors are also concerned about Beijing's recent amendments to national security and state secrecy regulations, which deter foreign investors. According to Shanghai's government data, the actual use of foreign investment in Shanghai, a significant hub for foreign capital, decreased by 20% from January to June 2024, with a dramatic 37.5% drop in the technological research and development sector. What's even more concerning is the outflow of foreign capital. In addition, exports declined by 8.2% year-on-year compared to the previous year, indicating a grim outlook for Shanghai's exports. From January to June 2024, Shanghai established 3,007 new foreign invested enterprises, an increase of 18.3% year-on-year. However, the actual use of foreign capital decreased by 20.2%. This shows that while the number of new foreign enterprises have increased, the actual investment amount has significantly decreased, reflecting uncertainty about China's business environment and economic outlook, with business confidence falling into an all-time low. On August 27th, the director of the Shanghai Development and Reform Commission stated, "External blockades have hindered exports. Narrow populism and bureaucratic practices have driven away foreign capital, and the real estate bubble poses significant risk. With sluggish internal consumption offering little hope, it is a critical moment for development." The withdrawal of foreign investment and trade has also led to a loss of talent and capital. Between January 9 and February 8 this year, the Shanghai Exit Entry Administration handled over 380,000 entry and exit documents for Chinese citizens, setting a new record. This trend has also resulted in the cancellation of several international routes between Shanghai and developed Western countries. The Shanghai-Sydney route was suspended on July 28th, and the Shanghai-London route will be suspended starting October 26th. Other routes have switched to smaller aircraft. All these factors indicate a decline in Shanghai's international influence. On September 12th, a report by the American Chamber of Commerce in Shanghai revealed that only 47% of U.S. companies are optimistic about their business prospects in China over the next 5 years, a 5% decrease from last year. This is the lowest level of optimism recorded since the survey began in 1999. Political commentator Wang He remarked that this essentially means that over half of these companies hold a pessimistic view of China's business outlook for the next 5 years. This figure, the lowest on record, suggests a fundamental reversal in foreign investors' intentions towards investing in China. The report surveyed 306 U.S. companies across multiple industries, with 70% reporting losses last year. Alan Gabor, chairman of the American Chamber of Commerce in Shanghai, noted that although the Chinese government has announced several positive policies, the data this year reflects that these measures have not fully restored confidence among private enterprises or the general consumer. Gabor pointed out that factors like domestic demand and deflation in China have led to a continued decline in profitability. Many members have spent decades building their brand in China and must now manage a changing environment that may require them to make tough near-term decisions as they adjust their businesses to navigate new market and geopolitical dynamics. The report also highlighted that 40% of American companies in China are adjusting their investments, primarily shifting towards Southeast Asia and India. As China gradually decouples from the world and accelerates internal trade, an escalating trade war could erode the production advantages of foreign capital, turning them into disadvantages. This could lead to a catastrophe, showing that success and failure both depend on exports. Recently, Mr. Chen, a well-known blogger with 320,000 followers, expressed his concerns about Shanghai's economic situation on social media. He stated,
Shanghai
is getting worse and worse. What's the fundamental issue? It's a lack of openness. When a city cannot reach the level of international openness, it cannot claim to be a world-class city. What is international openness? It means comprehensive openness in areas like the economy, finance, technology, education, and culture. I believe this is fundamental. Without it, there is no point in discussing being the most developed city. Shanghai inherently has the qualities of a world-class city. Its scale, economic growth rate, diverse culture, citizens' quality, and cultural depth. However, in recent years, I've increasingly lost hope. Consider the current social situation and public opinion environment. Look at how many foreign enterprises have withdrawn from Shanghai recently. Reportedly, 10,000 to 20,000. Many have scaled back their operations. Regardless of the reasons, failing to retain foreign companies leads to substantial economic losses. This impacts other aspects like social and cultural vitality. The commercial situation in Shanghai is even more severe this year. Look at the major shopping malls and streets. Is the former prosperity still there? How many shops have closed down? Even Nanjing East Road, though still crowded, has been a significant drop in consumption. I've asked several stores, and they all say business is much worse than before. Non-consumption or low consumption is the current state. This is a dangerous signal. If Shanghai cannot be revived, then other cities have no hope.